distant echo stirs the dust like names forgotten, half engraved.
The lantern smoke ascends in rings across the arch of empty air, and something soft begins to move, a breath of what once lingered there.
Hear the voices in the hollow sepulchre, where the twilight gathers slow. Let the murmurs trace the embers through the night beneath the snow.
Hear the voices in the hollow sepulchre, where the old vows still remain,
In a faded, haunted strain.
along the altar, worn and cold, a faint reflection flickers red, though no flame stands upon the stone. Its warmth endures where footsteps bled. Dust dissolves into the dark, like memory swallowed by the choir. Yet through the softened veil of time, the quiet shapes of sound revive.
No morning stirs these echoes, no sorrow woven in their tone, only fragments of a promise kept in chambers carved from bone. Hear the voices in the hollow sepulchre, calling gently through the gloom. Let the remnants of their singing fill the shadowed altar room.
Hear the voices in the hollow sepulchre, where the past still draws its breath,
In a hymn untouched by death. walls with silence breathes. A fragile echo starts to rise. No lantern glows, no shadow moves, yet something stirs beyond the skies. Its presence lingers in the dust, a memory shaped in fading lines. And through the hush of fractured stone, a distant voice returns in signs.
Sing the elegy of the wandering spirit, where the old world fades from sight. Let the dimmest spark awaken what was lost beneath the night. Sing the elegy of the wandering spirit, where forgotten vows remain.
Soft as ashes in the rain.
Along the stair of broken halls, a whisper crawls across the floor.
No footsteps fall, yet warmth persists where it once waited near the door.
A silver feather rests in dust, a token of a vanished flame.
And in its glow we faintly trace
The shape of
someone war without name.
We do not call with sorrow cries, nor plead for more. In hands we simply breathe the name once held.
In gardens now gone to sand.
Sing the elegy of wandering spirit, where the candles cease to burn. Let the breath of fading memory guide its path toward return. Sing the elegy of wandering spirit, and let silence bend its way.
Till the soul no longer strays. Upon the stone where embers sleep, a distant vow begins to wake. The fading glow beneath the ash still trembles like an ancient date. Lantern smoke ascends in rings, tracing shadows on the wall. And through the hush of winter dusk we hear the quiet voices call.
In the light of the fading ember,
of heat beneath the stone still flickers, though the flame has died.
Silent banners drape the hall, soft with dust of solemn years. And from the corners of the dark, the choir speaks in silver tears.
We gather not for mourning, but to guard what once was bright. A fragile ember held in silence, sheltered from the dying night.
In the light of the fading ember crown, where forgotten prayers remain, let the sparks that linger quietly fold their warmth into our name. In the light of the fading ember crown, where the last faint glow is found, let the earth return to ground. Inside a hole of fractured stone, where silent pillars lean and fade, a distant echo stirs the dust, like names forgotten, half engraved.
Smoke ascends in ring across the arc of empty air, and something soft begins to
Breath of what once lingered there.
hear the voices in the hollow sepulchre, where the twilight gathers slow. Let the murmurs trace the embers through the night beneath the snow.
sky where daylight fades, the distant hymn begins to rise, a silver thread through silent halls, where moonlight darkens crimson tides.
Shadows tremble at the gate, where time dissolves its ancient will, and through the veil of drifting ash, the voices calling whisper still.
Sing the hymn of the eclipse veil, where the night forgets its dawn. Let the embers guide our longing, where the old world still lives on.
Sing the hymn of the eclipse veil through the hush of hollow air, for the past still lingers there. Upon the stone the code remains of vows once spoken in the dark, a fading trace of candle flame, a silent oath beneath the spark.
Across the arch of quiet rooms, the dust of ages slowly falls, and from the edges of the gloom, the echo gathers soft and small.
No sorrow leads this calling, no fear beneath the night, only voices gently falling, like lanterns without light.
Sing the hymn of the eclipse veil, where the twilight never breaks. Let the ancient breath awaken what the frozen silence takes. Sing
faintest tone begins to wake. From low rooms the dust conceals. Silver sewed upon the walls marks the traces once divine. And through the frost of buried hours, a trembling warmth begins to shine. Raise the ashen hymn of the underhull where the embers sleep unseen. Let the fading glow remember what the years could never clean. Raise the ashen hymn of the underhull where the quiet torch remains, guarding long forgotten names. Across the pillars cracked by time, a hush descends so cold and clear. Yet in its stillness stirs a vow, a fragile tone we still revere. Beneath the dust, beneath the ash, a silver pulse begins its rise. And through the dark and vaulted chamber, a pale reflection almost cries. Not spoken in the daylight, nor chanted in the flame, but carried in the silence as a vow without a name. Raise the ashen hymn of the underhull where the stone recalls its breath. Let the embers fall like feathers, softly test the fading death. Raise the ashen hymn of the underhull where the fragile spark is small, yet still burning through it all. Within the quiet halls of stone, where fading embers softly glow, a distant voice begins to rise, a call from days we used to know. Shadows gather like a crown as lantern flame begins to sway, and through the hush of crimson
just fragments of an older time,
Threads of song we left behind,
still tremble like a faded rhyme.
the oil burns with silver smoke,
A fragile trace that lingers slow,
and in its glow the night unfolds.
the story no one living knows. Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the silent echoes fall. Let the lanterns guide our longing through the dark beneath the wall. Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the memory still remains. In the whisper of forgotten names.
We gather not in fear or sorrow, but to summon light within, a sacred flame that time cannot hollow, a warmth beneath the skin.
Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the shadows drift and bend. Hold the ember close in silence, for the night will never end. Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the past becomes a flame and the heart returns again. Within the veins of silent earth, where broken marble sleeps below, a trembling hush begins to move, like a lantern smoke in fading glow.
The hollow air remembers names engraved in dust beneath the stone, and in the cracks of weathered walls, a distant breath returns alone.
Through the veins of the forgotten sepulchre, let the fading embers rise. Where the vow was laid in shadow, let the ancient truth abide.
Through the veins of the forgotten sepulchre, where the cold has sealed the flame, still the whisper speaks our name. Across the pillars worn by time, silver ash begins to fall. A solemn thread of warmth survives, a spark beneath the frozen hall.
Though the night resists the dawn, the memory burns behind the veil, as though its pulse still binds the past through silence carved in fragile pale.
Not sorrowed, not broken, but quietly preserved. A vow beneath the ages, unspoken yet preserved.
Through the veins of the forgotten sepulchre, where the choir dimly stirs, let the remnants of the ember rise through dust that time prefers. Through the veins of the forgotten sepulchre, where the ancient ashes gleam, we return within the dream. Within the quiet halls of stone, where fading embers softly glow, a distant voice begins to rise, a call from days we used to know.
Shadows gather like a crown as lantern flame begins to sway, and through the hush of crimson light, the ancient vow returns to stay.
Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the silent echoes fall. Let the lanterns guide our longing through the dark beneath the wall. Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the memory still remains in the whisper of forgotten names.
Upon the marble cold and warm rest fragments of an older time, threads of song we left behind, still tremble like a faded rhyme.
The oil burns with silver smoke, a fragile trace that lingers slow, and in its glow the night unfolds, the story no one living knows. Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the silent echoes fall. Let the lanterns guide our longing through the dark beneath the wall. Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the memory still remains in the whisper of forgotten names.
sorrow, but to summon light within.
A sacred flame that time cannot hollow, a warmth beneath the skin. Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the shadows drift and bend. Hold the ember close in silence, for the night will never end. Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the past becomes a flame, and the heart returns again.
Beneath the granite crypt we stand, where silent echoes breathe the dust. The lantern's glow is fading low, yet still it burns with ancient trust. Across the stone a whispered tone unfolds where fallen names reside, and through the hall of shallow light the solemn chant begins to rise. Sing the litany beneath the granite crypt, where forgotten voices wait. Let the hollow air awaken what the dusk cannot abate. Sing the litany beneath the granite crypt, where the embers softly stay, guarding vows that will not fade away. Along the walls of fractured stone, a trembling warmth begins to stir. The air grows still as years dissolve, yet fragments of the past occur. The dust of centuries ascends, reshaping shadows into form. And in the hush of sacred cold, the chant resumes, both faint and warm.
No sorrow bends this calling, no silence breaks its thread, for memory breathes within us, a flame long left for death. Sing the litany beneath the granite crypt, where the night forgets the dawn. Let the softened glow of embers guide the path we walk upon. Sing the litany beneath the granite crypt, where the vow remains unbroken, in a hymn that still is spoken. In giant hollow forged stone, where silent healers stirs the dust like names forgotten, half engraved.
The lantern smoke ascends in rings across the arch of empty air, and something soft begins to move, a breath of what once lingered there.